What's good, YouTube universe? Fizzleman1, Fizzleman signing in like always, and we here back in a long time here with Madden Stars. We back here with this Thursday night prime time week 9 matchup here for you down here in San Francisco. Levi Stadium. We have the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. If you don't know what we here is, this is Fizzleman Picks Lounge and Fizzleman Picks on primetime live night days. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Look, Fizzleman Picks the Green Bay Packers automatic, but in this case it's funny, as if you don't know what Madden Stars is, we here compare the real life superstars you see in front of you and also Madden Stars itself, the game that's about to showcase. In previous history in Madden Stars, 49ers was our birth team for highlighted players. If you don't know, that is Jarvis Rose, Ronnie Ray on the Dolphins and the Jets. And those highlighted players came from the 49ers, and that was a highlighted team. Moving on to that, we're in a new state of Madden Stars. Those was connected franchise mode. 49ers from that time been subpar here in Madden, you know, really never became nothing. This might be their break, as they are a fan pick due to their real life self as being a Super Bowl contender from last Super Bowl, and therefore as that's why most people are running with the 49ers, as the overall is the fan picks. And yes, it looked like it's us against the world. The world is against us, as the overall is the votings based off of what the world says. And we're on the Green Bay Packers side just cause, you know, Big Banks is here. Shout out to Big Banks. He about to take this dub. We here week 9 with it. We about to get this going. And for the Packers, in their history, to be more say, no, not gonna lie to you, Packers really, when I actually started, probably was the first season they actually made it to the playoffs. I can't really recall it, but I think they did. But from that point, every season after that, they really wasn't up there to that level. But this season, they are the best team in the division, and it looked like they about to make it to the Super Bowl. They're the best team in the conference, better yet to say, of the NFC. And that's where it leads to right now. In real life, yeah, Packers have runs, but they never made it as far. So these two teams are quite similar based off of no champions in the past seasons of Madden Stars, and of course in real life. But without further ado, we here going for the Packers. If you ain't going for the Packers, sayonara to you. And just to give a heads note, Big Banks, he transferred from the 49ers to the Packers too. So this is our comeback game here in week 9, as normally our seasons don't always play through every game of the season every week. So we're here coming through, and just like that, Big Banks here. Let's go.
Tonight, from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right? You got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Number 33.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 9 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Complete to Aaron
Charles,
Jones.
Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're
trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. First time we get to see the 49ers offense behind their quarterback, now in his 7th season as a pro from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
At the 14-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dot. Always a fan of the dot. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. A stop made by Fred Warner, who was the Niners' leading tackler during their run to the Super Bowl last year.
4-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
And a Packer first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup. For the Packers and Niners, this, of course, a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago. And that game belonged to the 49ers. You might remember Raheem Mostert. Boy, he really made a name for himself in that one. 220 yards on the ground, 4 touchdown runs in the 37-20 victory that sent the 49ers to Miami.
3rd and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
That's complete to Lazard. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now the second down throw on target, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And 10. At the Packers, 37.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. On the slant, able to find Ayuk. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
17-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Kirksey. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 16-yard.
On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, won 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. It's Coleman here. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead moves to 10-0. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Packers take over 1st and 10.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Right?
I love it. I love it.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Complete to Mercedes.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's now 2nd.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On play action, now Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit, but hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Tackled at the 40-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To Kendrick Bourne.
Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
The 15-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Charlie Warner with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And a Packer first down.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Garoppolo on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it. It can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run. Here's Wilson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Complete to Charlie Werner. 12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd down and 1.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 44, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete.
Rodgers,
and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Throwing again. Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him at first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And that's complete to Lewis.
Rodgers pass.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Complete to Marcy.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Packers 8.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, the team is right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
At the 42-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. On first down, Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. D Ford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a score closer. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. To throw is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Roughing the passer defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught.
Conversion is successful.
So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
At the 22-yard line.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Wilson. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He's brought down.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. They'll go toss right with Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground.
51 to my boy, 51. Tack.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Had to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. His pass caught at the 4.
Rodgers.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Begin.
Second down, this is Wilson. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Niners, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.